Anthony Rogers has no previous political experience. Rogers, a comedian, is well known for a podcast called The Anthony Rogers Show.
Hey, man, this is Tommy Chong, and right now you're listening to The Anthony Rogers Show.
Hey, all you cool cats and kittens, it's Carol Baskin, and you are listening to The Anthony Rogers Show.
Hey, y'all, this is Kevin from Candlebox. You are listening to the funny man, Anthony Rogers.
Hey, my name is Alex Sulkin, writer of Ted and Family Guy, and you're listening to The Anthony Rogers Show. Lucky you.
Luxurious Bastard Beard Co. is the best in beard care products. Grow a beard, be a man, and use Luxurious Bastard Beard Co. Use promo code LEGENDARY to get a discount. And get your Christmas shopping done early. Luxurious Bastard Beard Co. Link in description. Hemper offers a premium monthly smoking subscription box for all of your smoking essentials. Avoid trips to head shops and gain access to limited edition bongs and smoking goodies. Discover limited edition glass and innovative accessories. 3 million boxes shipped. Get this month's box $39.99 for over $100 in smoking gear.
Welcome back to the greatest show in the entire universe. We're going every day actually now. We're going back, basically doing this every day now. Clearly we have top production happening right now in the basement in Wentzville. It's going really well. Yeah, no, we're going live every day now. It's on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, Rumble. People with Anthony Rogers Show, you can find a bunch of different people. You can get on Monday through Friday now. So yeah, it's every day. Every weekday, I guess. Okay. So today we have a huge guest. We're talking about aging. He sold a lot of books, and a lot of weird, interesting things. This guy's actually a friend of mine as well. Off Jeff Wolves. How you doing, brother?
How are you? I'm trying to get my family. Hold on.
Well, I hope you find yourself.
Okay, because I'm all messed up here. This is okay. So I need over here and there. Now get my phone in front, and we are ready to go. Great.
Doing a great job, man.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good. So yeah, no, we're talking about, like, you think you could stop aging, basically, in your new book you're writing?
You have to take Anthony Rogers very hat. I'm a big fan.
It does look great.
Yeah, you know, you look at, you see how fast technology is progressing right now with AI. You got drones, you got robots. Probably the average person would want to know: isn't aging science progressing at that rate also? And I have to tell you, absolutely it is. I've been studying this for 30 years with top aging researchers, which I'll tell you in a minute. So you can trust what I say. Everyone listening on this podcast can expect to live, I'm assuming everyone's around 60, can expect to live to 120 years minimum. Probably 200, 300. To that point, it might as well be 800 or 1,000, because that's how far the science has come so far. I know a friend of mine is injecting rats with these things he gets out of young pig blood. And he has his second experiment doing this. He has reversed their aging by 70%, just with 4 injections over 8 days. See, the big breakthrough occurred in 2021 with Steve Horvath. He's the #1 aging scientist in the world right now today. He did a study on all mammals and checked their DNA, and he discovered and proved that aging is programmed. It's not, which is completely opposite of what all scientists thought up to that point, except for me. In 1998, I wrote a big long paper that was published in a science journal that went on and on about how aging is programmed and it's triggered by DNA methylation changes. It all turned out to be true. But I was laughed at for about 20 years because they're all saying, you don't know how evolutionary aging works. But they thought I was right. And basically all of mainstream science is wrong. They'll be eating crows soon, or unless they kill themselves. They hate nothing scientists hate worse than being wrong. All right, so that's the big breakthrough is, aging's programmed, and it's part of the development program. So whatever turns you from a boy into a man, into an older man, into a very old man, it's all the same thing. It's not two different things. And what they also found out, a guy named Yamanaka in 2007 found he could take an adult cell off your body, put 4 Yamanaka factors in there. Those are just little transcription factors that attach to your DNA. And that would rewind the age of that adult cell all the way back to time 0, which means, and then that cell could be turned into a clone of you if you did it right. And every cell in your body could actually become you again if you had the right manipulation. Now they're finding out, instead of taking it all the way back to time 0, if you just give these cells a blast of the Yamanaka factors, like that's the 4 shots over 8 days, it'll rewind the clock maybe 50, even to 70% is what Harold got. Problem is, if you do it 5 days in a row, it's called the point of no return, and all your cells in your body would turn into single cell little embryo cells and turn into a blob on the floor. So you don't want to take it more than 5 days. Probably not more than 4, just to be sure. But basically, yes, they're doing it with rats. Aging, the cure for aging has been found. A little crude right now. It'll probably get better in the future. So basically, humanity is now at a point, all of you, you're going to have to start wondering, what will we do with eternal life? Because it's here now. It's coming right now. And can we handle it? And then the other thing I worry about is there's some kind of self-correcting mechanism on the world that kills off non-aging animals, because you don't see too many of them. But I mean, we could become as old as the bristlecone pine. That's a tree that lives 5,000 years in the California desert. Why can't we live 5,000 years? And then there's actually bacteria, living bacteria that are over 100 million years old that they got out of, I don't know, they found them somewhere. They opened up this thing that was 120 million years old, and the bacteria were still alive. So the thing that worries me, not worries, but just, I'm not religious, but I once in a while think it's fun to look at religious documents to see if there could be anything to it. I basically approach them all as they're all incorrect or just stuff made up. But I was looking at the book of Genesis, and one thing that caught my eye is Genesis chapter 3, verse 22. It says, now man has become like us, like God. His eyes are open and he can see. And now we will not let him stretch out his hand to touch the tree of life, or else he might go on living forever. So that's 3:22. And then Genesis 3:44 says, I will put cherubs at the gates around the Garden of Eden, and a large flaming sword that flickers every which way to protect the way of the tree of life. And so I was trying to think, what the hell could a flaming sword be? And I remember the dinosaurs were wiped out by a meteor that hit the Earth. And here's what do meteors look like when they're coming in through the Earth's atmosphere? They look like a flaming sword, if you ask me. Anyway, I don't want to get too religious because this is a science show. But and we're going to talk about another thing I found in the Bible, which is kind of crazy, later in the show. So basically, we have about all humans have evolved from two immortal life forms that existed on the earth for about 2.5 billion years, and they're all single cells. Those are the only two forms of life that are on earth, are the bacteria and the archaea. And then about, they've been around for maybe 4 billion years. And then a single event happened in about 2.5 billion years ago where the archaea, which is like our cell with the nucleus, encountered a bacteria which was trying to eat it, and it engulfed it, and that little bacteria became a mitochondria, and that's a whole separate organism with its own DNA, and then our cell has its own DNA, which is an archaea. So actually, we are a composite of the two eternal life forms, archaea and bacteria, and then all the multicelled organisms came from that one union event. Bacteria still are single cell, archaea are still single cell, and that causes biologists to wonder, why didn't bacteria just go ahead and become multicellular and the archaea too? It really perplexes them, because when they came together, all of a sudden you got all the multicellular life forms, but these single-celled organisms still remain single-celled. So it's like a once in a billion year event when these two things come together, and then all of a sudden the multicellular life explodes. So basically, we're a hybrid of archaea and bacteria. So in every one of our cells, there's two animals. There's the mitochondria, and then there's the archaea. The archaea is like the nucleus, and the mitochondria is that little bacterial parasite that came inside. But now the mitochondria makes energy.
What does this mean for like the future of like people and stuff? Like how are how could I utilize this or other people? How could one utilize this information right now and not decay as fast? I guess.
Well, all this interesting stuff, I thought we could talk about the whole show, but basically, I can tell you what you can do now and today, because I've actually discovered something that none of the Asian scientists have figured out yet, and it boggles my mind that I'm the first one to figure it out. But it's not as high tech as these shots that reverse your aging. That might be ready in 10 years, but if you want to make yourself healthier now, I have discovered something. You might want to start the slideshow, and it's all in that slideshow if you've got that slideshow ready. Otherwise, we can just wing it without the slideshow. Do you have the slideshow?
That was the weirdest way to avoid my question ever.
I have to tell you several things. I go through that slideshow. It's like trying to explain a Rubik's Cube to somebody that doesn't have any colors on it, just patterns, and you have to explain, well, this is connected to that, and that. It's a little complicated. I could just not tell you, but that would be boring.
Right, but what I mean, like, how far is this from being in the hands of like every?
Slideshow.
Well, dude, what the fuck? This is like, I didn't. I'm not.
No, I sent you that thing for your. Okay, never mind. Don't worry about the slideshow.
Okay. What? Never mind.
Okay, the 39-page slideshow is not available. Okay, never mind. I'll just talk it through.
I'm done. This is ridiculous.